Greetings, gentlemen and ladies, I'm the Old School Game Snob. In today's video we are going to take a look at what I would title this video as Fixing Inferno. Fixing Inferno. Here's the thing. Now this is a pretty beefy Inferno. I've got all sorts of the good fire gear, Mage Fist, Ishuta's Temper, Ormus's Robes, Stones of Jordan, just all sorts of stuff to really buff up this Inferno spell. Almost 40 in Inferno. We have 8,000 to almost 9,000 damage per second. And here's the thing. Even with a maximum Inferno, this spell is weak. And what I'd like to actually talk about today is how I think you could actually pretty easy, if you're developers watching this, how you could pretty easily make Inferno viable. It's a fun spell. It's a cool spell. It's not viable. Here's the thing, right? You could make the argument that Inferno is a one kind of shot deal skill, right? It has, the only synergy it has is Warmth, and Warmth is great for mana recovery, so you're really getting a lot out of that Warmth by getting your mana up. But the thing is, that's not really true, right? In order to make Inferno viable, you also need some Fire Mastery. So now we're basically looking at a 60-point talent skill point distribution in order to max out Inferno. 60 points to get Inferno to any kind of close to even a good complementary elemental skill to back up your main element, right? When by comparison you look at something like Frozen Orb, you could drop 1 point into Cold Mastery, 20 into Orb, and it outshines Inferno all day long. Let's take a quick look at this beefy maxed out Inferno, just how kind of weak and pathetic it is. And then I'll talk about really quickly just how I think you could pretty easily fix it. Oops, that's Firefield. Now Firefield is a good spell. Firefield is a very powerful spell. Let's let that go. Here's Inferno. Alright, so number one, what you may be first noticing here is that damage per second is very slow. Right, that's very slow, and also it's very, very narrow. Let's take these guys out. Right, you're also rooted in place. And in order to cast your spell again, you got to run back. I should probably get rid of Emilio here. He's kind of ruined this test. That's okay. You guys can get a good idea of what's going on here. Emilio's doing most of the work. You can see kind of how slow that fire field burns through everything. And it's not that the DPS is the most terrible thing. Like, it's not the absolute worst. What the problem is how long that Inferno takes to get to its target. Right, like this is pretty slow. By comparison, if I were to put the points into Nova, I would have killed everything in a fraction of a second. Right? Oops. And that's actually one of my that's probably my main tweak here. That's my main tweak idea here actually for the Inferno spell. Is number one, just make it faster, right? Right now it takes like 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds almost to get to the end of Mississippi 1, Mississippi 2, right? Like 2 or so seconds to get just to the edge of the screen. And we've only got this very narrow beam of damage area, right? So suggestion number one, just make this faster. Right? Instead of taking 2 seconds to get at the end of the screen, make it like half a second. Make this almost like a beam. Not quite like a beam, right? But pretty close. Like, just have that shoot out faster. Number two, the spell effect looks weak, right? It's a very weak looking spell effect. I would say, for aesthetic sake, broaden that spell effect. Make it 3 times as wide. Make it look like a blowtorch, right? Not like a tiki torch, right? We want that to look more like a blowtorch. All right, nothing to kill here. These guys are all fire immune. And number three, maybe we have a synergy. Maybe we just have it naturally broaden as you just naturally broaden, right? So instead of being like a single tile, basically, as we're looking at right here, as a single tile. Let's broaden that up. Make Inferno maybe about so wide. Maybe make it like about an inch wide. Right? Just have like this nice, thick fire stream flowing through everything, and just kind of like, make it faster so we can kind of quickly maneuver it around. Right? Like this is This is, oh, those are immune to fire. So those are definitely going to resist this Inferno spell pretty well. But let's see, what else? Saber Cat. Oop. Also immune to fire. Oh, it is a terrible place to do this in. Let's go somewhere else that's not immune to fire. Somewhere cold. Somewhere where they don't have fire immunities. The Frozen Tundra Halls of Playing, Crystalline Passage. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, little guys. I mean, right? So, it's slow. This is a maxed out fire with almost 40 skill points into it. By comparison, let's look at something like Firefield, right? Firefield. Oh, Firefield. Oh, Firefield, there we go. Ah, damn it. Come on. let me try to click a little more successfully here. So Firefield, oh no, that's not Firefield. That's not what I'm doing. I'm using Blaze. That's my problem here. By comparison, Firefield absolutely melts. Like Firefield melts everything, right? Not the stuff that's immune to fire, though. Boy, we're trying to get away from the stuff that was immune to fire. Anyway, that's a really quick, you know, those would be some pretty easy tweaks, right? In my opinion, those would be some pretty easy tweaks. Just make the fire field faster, make it shoot faster, make it a little bit wider, maybe increase the damage a bit, right? You know, the DPS would be okay. It doesn't have to go up madly in damage or anything. It's just that the functionality of Firefield right now is so well, it makes you so vulnerable. You have to stand still. You have to channel cast it, and it doesn't do enough damage that you really feel like you can hold still and be safe, right? You can try to sort of spam it around a little bit, but you know, the AoE kind of component of it is quite degraded, let's say. So yeah, you know, Firefield would be really cool. Make the visual effects cooler, you know, make it look more like a blowtorch, not like a tiki torch. Have it get to the end of the screen in like half a second, or you know, 3/4 of a second. Have it nice and fast, and broaden up the radius, broaden up the width of it just a bit. You know, maybe double what it is. You know, have it hit maybe 2 tiles instead of 1 tile. However that's calculated, I'm not exactly sure. If you did that, I mean, you'd have something pretty viable. Either that, or if you want to make Firefield, you know, keep it weak. Okay, keep it weak, but maybe have it not require a synergy. Like right now, investing 20 points into Firefield alone, if you could max it out for 20 points right now and have it as a good backup skill for like things that are immune to your primary element, okay, I can see that as being a good backup skill. But right now, to max that out, you have to have 60 points. Yeah, there's just no way. Like by comparison, you know, what is it? Nova here requires the same, but Nova will absolutely destroy by comparison to Firefield, right? Let's do a little side-by-side comparison here. All right, we're going to start things off with what is it? Inferno. Start things off with Inferno. We'll see how well we can kill this little pack with Inferno. Again, first I'm going to have to not die. I'm actually just going to go to my little hiding spot here. Inferno, Inferno, Inferno. Inferno, Inferno, Inferno. Come on, my buddy. Oh, yeah. It's slow. It's very slow. You know, it's hard not to die. It's very slow. It's hard not to die. It's not good. Let's switch over to Nova and see how that looks. Okay, and now for the same amount of points invested into Nova. Whoop, let's try that again. Right? Okay, so, I mean, there's just no comparison between the two. Nova, same amount of points, absolutely devastates and destroys. Man, I love Novus. Nova's so fun. But Inferno requires the same number of points, but it is just so dramatically weaker. It doesn't make sense. We could do a few simple tweaks. If devs are watching this, a few simple tweaks could actually make Nova viable. Right now it's sitting around as kind of a useless skill. I can't see any point for it. I've never seen an actual Inferno Sorceress play. Maybe there are some of you out there who really like this spell. If you do, let me know if I've missed anything on Inferno, if there's any way to make this good. Or, you know, comparable to something like Nova for the same amount of points, right? Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later.